How you prepare for a golf tournament?
Well, I hit balls maybe 20 minutes, putt a little bit, smoke 4 or 5 cigarettes, drink 3 Diet Cokes, and go to the first tee. Some days I won't even go to the range.
Well, are you done with your breakfast yet, or do you want to start the show when you're done with your breakfast, or do you want to finish your breakfast first?
God, it was just a snack. And I was just, you ever do that at Costco where everybody gets the $5 chicken. And I don't know where you are on them going from the plastic containers to the plastic bag. I'm not a fan of that. I want the plastic container back.
Why? Why is the container more important than the bag? I know what the bag is. We get it. But why? Why for you? Why does that bother you?
It's just because I was used to that creature habit. I liked having the plastic container.
Okay.
Then you could put the lid back on when you were done. It's just, I don't know why they did it.
It's convenient. I know what you're talking about.
You know why they did it?
Oh, I'm sure there's cheaper. Is there, is there an environment thing with it? I don't know. You put it in a plastic bag.
It's probably an environment thing.
I don't know. I'm with you on it because in the bag it's a little,
I'm not a fan of the bag, but still $5. Yeah. God, we know it's one of the best deals out there. But no, what I was eating, though, is have you ever gotten the bags of like breast meat that they have there? I think it's like $10 or something where they.
No, have not done that.
Well, do that sometime. You can throw it in your salad or you can have a snack, and you can have people like you giving me shit for eating it before we start the podcast.
Wait a minute. So you were having.
You know what I wanted? I wanted a little bit of energy. And you know that I lack energy and passion at times. And so I thought maybe if I have a few calories before I go on a Monday morning, that it might make my appearance better today than it usually is if I don't have calories.
You're right.
I like these little things too, these cheese sticks.
Yeah.
You feel like you're eating something healthy when you eat these.
It's called string cheese.
Well, what the hell? I mean, whatever.
You're like my kid. This is what my kids have. String cheese. Now, not chicken in the morning, but I mean, whatever. It's protein. Good for you.
But isn't this a decent snack?
I love a good cheese stick. Yeah. I don't peel it anymore like I did when I was a kid. I just eat the thing, but you know.
You don't peel it?
No, I just eat it like a meat stick. Hey, with that, we welcome you into the Daily Puck Drop on a Monday.
What's it take you to eat one of these? 2 bites? 3?
Oh, I could probably get that in 1. I could probably get that in 1. How are you on a Monday? It's the Daily Puck Drop. It's Jim Moore. He's from Bend. He's in the garage again. It's Puck. I'm in the Puck Sports Studios. It's built by Limbach Lumber. It's the Northwest premier source of specialized lumber and molding since 1930. You keep crinkling up those damn papers.
I'm doing that on purpose.
I know you are.
I'm going to tell the listeners it irritated you before we went on, and so I'm going to continue
it does. Stop doing that.
Okay, I'll stop, but I just wanted to irritate you for a second.
Hey, if you got some new projects, maybe it's a fence or a deck or whatever, contact Limbach Lumber. They're going to help you out. They're great guys. Matt and everyone there is going to be full service for you. Mark, Paul, everybody there. 206-782-3487. Visit them online at limbachlumber.com. Puck Sports Studios built by Limbach Lumber. The Daily Puck Drop, we do it every day, 10 a.m. We release it. Our guest content come out at 1 o'clock. All the platforms, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, pucksports.com. All right. With that, should we start the show?
Yeah, sure. It's your deal, man. Whatever. I'm here for you.
Or do we want to talk more about what you had for breakfast? I mean, is having chicken odd for breakfast? I don't think it is. By the way.
No, I'm not. That was just a snack. I'm going to have breakfast later. Usually I make a concoction of I stir fry some vegetables with a little sausage or a little bacon, and then I put some liquid egg whites in the microwave, and they puff up real nice. I pour everything together, and then I have that. I'm down to 218. I'm losing weight.
Good for you. There you go.
You get down here in Bend, and everybody's out there. They're in shape, and you want to be like them. And, I just don't want to be fat forever, okay?
You're not fat. I don't know why you think that.
I am.
No, you're not. You're
6
perfectly
feet tall. I shouldn't weigh 218. I want to be 210.
Oh, my God, that 8 pounds, that's going to make a huge difference.
Well, it might.
Yeah, I think you're fine. I think your body shaming. Is your wife body shaming you? What's the deal?
No, she's not.
Okay.
Well, we always say that we think we're in pretty good shape for people in their 60s.
You are. You're in wonderful shape. If I look like you, and how are you in the 70s yet or no? Sorry.
Probably look at though. Look at that.
No,
Jesus.
what are you, 66?
67.
I hope to look like you at 67. I mean, I hope to be nicer and kinder and more respectful of my neighbors, but I do hope physically I could look like you.
Okay, if you're going to take a shot at me, then I'll take a shot at you. If you think you're going to make it to 67, you better slim down a little bit, pal. Okay?
That's a shot. God, are you going to call? Are you saying I'm going to die?
You ever think maybe I should put the fork down? Have you ever thought about that?
I've tried eating with chopsticks, and maybe that would help.
Okay, or have you ever thought about eating left-handed? Because I've thought about doing that.
Oh, do you think, does that slow it down?
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I just want the trigger in my head to stop. Put it down. Stop
how many
eating.
how many calzones did you have in Pullman?
Hey, you'd be happy we split it.
What? You split it?
Split one, yeah. They're too much now because I can't eat a whole one anymore. It's too much.
Well, you look like you could.
You're a real asshole, you know that.
I'm funny as hell. You know what I did yesterday? And I took shit for this on Twitter, by the way. I don't know what. Do you want to do your lead-in thing and talk about?
No, go ahead. I didn't see what
you want to do that hashtag DPD and all that first, or?
Well, Daily Puck Drop, hashtag DPD, the Daily Puck Drop every day at 10 a.m. It's a Monday edition. Jim is with us on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Some would say that's too much, including myself, but hey, that's what it is. Yeah. Go ahead with your story.
Okay, now, am I wrong or am I right or am I in the middle on this? And we know
Give it to me.
It's pretty much guaranteed that I'm a shitty neighbor. I will admit that.
Well, we've detailed that before, and we can go into the history that you have an ongoing feud right now with your neighbor across the street. By the way, we'll save it for Friday, but we have a voicemail from your neighbor.
We do.
It's fantastic.
Oh my God, I was so happy when he was gone this weekend.
It's fantastic. So we'll have it on Fridays. Again, Friday voicemails. The voicemails, pucksports.com. It's in the upper right-hand corner. You can leave us a voicemail. Sorry, I keep interrupting, which is common with us. Your story. What did you put on Twitter on Sunday?
Thursday before Mikey took off to go to Pullman. Eagle Crest Resort Course. And you're kind of out there by the Crooked River Canyon. And at one point it has a sign that says, absolutely no hitting golf balls into the canyon. And so I see a sign like that and I'm thinking, well, hey, let's tee it up.
Let's go. I mean, anytime I can defy law and order, I'll do it.
I didn't do it, but Mikey teed it up and he cleared the canyon and it was kind of fun. But I took shit on Twitter for like, oh, God, that sign's there for a reason. You shouldn't be. Well, there might be people down in the river swimming or whatever. And I looked down, there's nobody down there swimming.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe a golf ball out there in the river disturbs nature or something. I don't know.
So, so the idea is you clear the canyon to the other side?
Well, yeah, you can if you can hit it like Mikey can. I mean, I would hit it like against the wall or maybe into the river.
But he cleared it.
He did clear it. Yeah.
Well, then what are we arguing about here, people?
Well, because
he cleared the canyon.
It doesn't matter whether you hit it 100 yards or 300 yards. The sign says you're not supposed to do it.
Yeah,
and I was condoning my kid doing it. Okay. Yeah. And the reason I bring that up is because who hasn't done what I did yesterday before? Okay. Do you ever remember at Moscow, the University of Idaho course? We tried to hit balls off the Kibbe Dome. There's one tee box there that if you turn the other way, you can hit it off the Kibbe Dome.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. Yeah, it's been years since I've played that course. Years.
Okay. Well, yesterday we were at this little 9-hole course. It's really fun. It's out by Lost Tracks here in Bend, and it's called Back 9. Well, we're out on like the 6th hole, and a train's going by.
So
it wasn't a passenger train. Yeah. And so, it's probably 150 yards away. So I teed it up and, smacked one off one of the cars.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I enjoy that. It's like when you go to the driving range and anytime the guy comes out to pick up the balls, the first thing I do is, let's hit the cart guy.
Yeah. So that's okay. You're okay with hitting a train when it's going by, as long as it's not a passenger car.
Well, yeah. I don't think we want to, we don't want to go, the train from Bend to Portland and someone's sitting in their, their sleeping room and all of a sudden a golf ball comes, bouncing through there. Yeah, no. But if it's just the cargo one with the hobos on it, did you see any hobos on it, like hanging from the train or?
No, it was just a cargo. It was a cargo train. So yeah.
When I worked at Fairwood Golf and Country Club, Fairwood Golf and Country Club, right?
I do.
Very familiar.
My mom and her husband are on the 5th or 6th hole.
Great hole. That's a great hole.
Dog leg right.
Yeah, when I worked there throughout high school, we would, part of our jobs, cleaning clubs and all that kind of stuff. But one of them was picking the range, and every week, the cart would be broken. Just either it would. I think I finally realized after like 2 years of working there that it maybe never was broken, but the guys that worked there just wanted us to go out and go hand pick them, the course. So when the cart was broken. Right? Do people know what we're talking about? They have a golf cart that has a cage around it with, a machine that picks up the balls. I think everyone knows what I'm talking about. So that would be broken. Then they would send us out there with the hand pickers that look like giant metal tubes, and you just go pick them up by hand. And they would tell them, I've told this story many times, they would tell the members, who were all terrible, by the way, hey, only hit on the right side of the driving range right now, because those putzes are going to go over there and pick up the left side. And of course, what would happen? Mr. Johnson and Mr. McNamara, who were 4 or 5, vodkas down, are like, $20 says I hit the fat kid.
You weren't fat as a kid.
I know, but what they would do is they try to hit us.
Well, I didn't know that. I thought maybe you were, but I was hoping maybe you weren't. I don't know.
I would say plus size. Husky.
So who do you think over the 2.5 years that we worked together?
So they would hit balls. They would hit balls at us.
They did
try to hit us.
They did not.
I swear, hand to God.
That is not possible.
Yes, they did.
I'm with you.
First of all, I worked there, so I should know.
No, I know, but you're right though. When you see that guy out in that little buggy or whatever the hell he's in, you try and hit him. And from what I understand too, and you can probably vouch for this, like Mikey and Stevie used to do that at Newcastle, and they did it at Lost Tracks down here. Even though you're kind of expecting to be hit at some point,
it's rattling.
Always startles the hell out of you.
Of course, because when it hits the cage, it rattles the whole thing. No, but I'm telling you, these people, these members, these drunk old men would sit up there and take money on trying to hit us.
What? Yeah, but that could actually kill you.
They don't care. It was the mid-'90s, all early '90s. There were no rules at Fairwood Golf and Country Club.
Yeah, I don't know. I would not be aiming at a human being. It's one thing to hit a train, but I'm not going to aim at a kid.
Jim, it was so obvious. We'd be first of all, we wouldn't be right in front of them. We'd be 200 yards away. But they would be lined up on the right side, and they would literally, instead of turn, their whole body towards us.
Yeah. Hey,
times,
what'd you think of Matt Kuchar and what he did today?
We'll save that, because that's for Hey What the Puck. Just save that, because that is for Hey What the Puck.
What the hell?
Guy has always been a douchebag, has been a douchebag from day one, and he just cemented his Hall of Fame douchebagginess. Save that.
I want to still like Matt Kuchar.
Just save it. Don't get into it. Save it for the end. Save it for the end.
You think there's somebody listening and watching right now that goes, I'm going to wait another half hour to see what Jim thinks about Matt Kuchar?
Yeah, that's the hope, Jim. That's why I said to save it. The hope is we keep people all the way through the show.
That helps for the metrics and
that helps. That helps for the metrics. Well, okay. We got M's. We got Seahawks to talk about. We got why was I in Pullman? We'll update everybody why I was in Pullman this past weekend. God, I love that place. Moscow I still can't figure out why Moscow's so much better. It's just unbelievable. It's unreal how much better of a town Moscow, Idaho is than Pullman. It's like night and day.
Did you take any heat for that?
No, because everyone agrees.
Yeah.
I'm going to move there. I'm convinced I'm going to move to Moscow. I think that's where I would like to live.
Why can't downtown Pullman have a little more charm like downtown Moscow?
I don't know. Boy, that Mariners series, huh? How fun was that? How fun was that to be back on Sunday Night Baseball? And then they don't. So they get on there. The city looks great, and it was weird up here in Seattle on Sunday. It was cold and overcast all day, and then boom, right when that game starts, it all breaks up. Beautiful sunshine, the great shots of downtown. They, Mount Rainier in the background, the wheel, the waterfront, and then they go out and they just beat the shit out of them from the first pitch.
No, it was perfect. I was working the concert last night. Tyler Childers was in town. I'd never even heard of this guy.
How was he?
He had 2 sellout shows, but I finally had a break in whatever I was doing, like next to nothing, actually. But
Right.
I looked at my phone and saw the score 12-1. I'm going, what? Are you kidding? I honest to God, when I pulled up my phone and went to the ESPN scores, I thought, well, the Mets will probably somehow salvage one game out of that 3-game series after being shut out in the first 2. And when I saw 12-1, I mean, come on. We know as Mariner fans, we've watched this team forever. How many times have they scored 12 runs in one game? You can probably count them on 2 hands, or 1 hand this year. And then you think to yourself about some road trips where 6 or 7 games where they're lucky to score 12 runs in 7 games. And here they are doing it in one game. And in front of a national audience. It was perfect. It was great.
Well, it's just crazy. That's just, the weird thing about baseball, but it's not just baseball. It's just sports in general. It's like you can look like that, how they did against the Mets, right? They gave up 1 earned run in 19 innings, their starters. 1. That's just insane. It's the least amount of the PR department put it out there that the 1 earned run by their starters in a 3-game series ties the lowest mark that they've ever had. So they can look like that against the Mets. And the Mets who are playing great baseball, by the way, and the Mets who are in a playoff chase. And then, the series before that, they look just feeble against the Tigers. It just, it's the roller coaster of this baseball team.
Lucky to get 1 win against the Tigers.
I know. Yeah, they're mind-boggling of how they perform. I just loved yesterday's game, the Sunday game, is that they scored 12 runs. They hit, how many home runs did they hit? Polanco had 1, Raleigh had 2, right? So they hit 3 home runs. Raleigh's just insane, but 15 strikeouts. That's my favorite part.
Well, and then the Julio,
5 of them by Julio.
The Julio return. What do you think of that? Do you think he just fast forwarded his rehab just so that he could be on Sunday Night Baseball?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they were not on Sunday Night Baseball and they were playing the Mets at a 1:00 game, I don't think he plays.
I don't think so either. And do you think if it was, just I don't know, name a player. If it was Dylan Moore who had been out as long as Julio Rodriguez, do you think that the Mariners would have said,
No.
hey, okay, we'll let you play on Sunday Night Baseball even though
he wanted to play on Sunday Night Baseball. He's a star in the game, and he wanted to be there. He wanted to play, and all indications said that when he's hit in the cage, he's been fine. That it doesn't bother him to hit. It's just the running, and he can't play center field yet, so. Fine, but he didn't look good yesterday. He struck out 5 times.
Well, the only thing is, though, is that let's say he hit a little, swinging bunt and needed to bust his ass down the first base line. Would that have made sense for him to do that?
No. He probably would. He probably would have went Cano on us.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. No, that was 5 strikeouts, Puck.
What do you call that? Because we call it the golden sombrero with 4. What do we call 5? Is there one for 5?
I saw somebody called it a platinum one. Platinum sombrero.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, good to see him back.
I mean, come on.
I was.
Alex Meyer, however the hell we know what the whiz kid over there in the Mariners PR department.
Correct.
He should. When was the last time some team scored 12 runs, which indicated that your team is doing really well offensively and had one guy striking out 5 times in the game? I don't think that's ever happened.
It's the new baseball right there to have that many strikeouts and all that. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
I think I think they put, I don't know if they put the rest of baseball on notice, of how good they are. But, God, when they don't have to score 12 runs, but if they scored 5 or 6 with that pitching staff, they will be one of the favorites to win the whole thing once they get in.
Yeah.
They just will be.
They're 25-1 right now to win the World Series. And after this series, you look at them and you feel like, okay, that's what you expect them to look like, especially after the acquisitions they made at the trade deadline. I shouldn't say clearly it helped them, but because you watch that Detroit series and you go, but in this series, I just love Justin Turner. I think you know that. And Arozarena is a better player than Justin Turner, and he's in the prime of his career. Turner's in the twilight of his, but God, I just love, and I'm all in on that veteran presence, intangible stuff in the clubhouse. I just think that guy is going to be the key to everything down the stretch.
Well, I mean, and I think all of it. I think it's important to have those guys on your team, right?
Yeah. Well, we saw that with Santana a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you have those guys.
It's invaluable. It's invaluable, and people talk about it. He's a guy who he puts the ball in play, and we know that the Mariners aren't real good at that, and so it's nice to have people like him who put the ball in play.
How about Robles though? Huh? So you didn't see the game, did you?
No, I did not.
Oh my God. Okay, so we're gonna play this. He was mic'd up during the game. Have you heard about this? So Victor Robles was mic'd up during the game. They always mic up a player. So they mic'd him up. And when I heard this news before the game that they'd mic'd him up, I'm like, well, that's interesting. He doesn't do any interview in English. He never has. He's done nothing. Like when the Mariners have had an interview, like when Jen Mueller and Root or anybody's had to interview him, they have to use a translator. And I'm thinking, all right, well, I guess they'll use Eduardo Perez. They'll bring him on, and then Perez will translate. So they I don't know, I can't remember what inning. It's early in the game. They go out there and they mic him up, and he was unbelievable. He was, first of all, his English is perfect.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, here he was, and he's got pet monkeys.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, Jen Mueller did a little, whatever.
Oh, she did?
On Root Sports. And I saw that he had, and they showed his monkeys. Did they show that on the game?
They did not show it, but here's Victor Robles mic'd up last night on Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. Eventually.
So growing up, I was watching monkeys on TV, and I saw like how fun they doing jumping around, and I described myself. I look monkey, and I said myself on monkeys, and I just say, sorry guys, I have to make the play.
Fantastic.
Made the catch and threw a cannon back to the infield.
Hey, you gotta catch it.
Wait, so do you
A little bit too hard, sorry mate.
do you have monkeys running around the house?
No, they have their own house.
So he's got two pet monkeys, and he was, because, hold on, guys, I got to make a play. And he makes the play, and he was.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Like in game where, I mean, you see the in-game interviews before, but where the ball actually was hit to the guy and he made the play on it?
Yeah, he was great.
And he's talking while he's running toward the ball?
I think it's happened, or they did it one time where somebody made an error, and they were like, maybe we should stop doing this. But anyways, he was, I could play the longer version of it, because they ended up talking to him like another inning, like when he was, when they were hitting. He's just great. He was great. And the fact is, he should do it. He should be interviewed after every game. And I bet you the TV people and like Root Sports are like, excuse me, can we have him just do the interviews now in English and not have the translator? But he was great. Just hilarious.
Well,
Talking about his pet monkeys.
Those outtakes they do, if you're in or out on something, during the games.
Yeah.
They did something with Robles. They had, what kind of pets did he have? They look like spider monkeys, those kind of spider monkey looking guys.
He said that the reason he has them, I know what you're talking about. He said the reason he had them is that they always look, that's how he likes to play, because the monkeys always look like they're having fun and, just goofing off. And he's like, I want to play like that. So then I want to play like that. So then I ended up getting some, just to have them around the house.
Well, okay, you know me. I like animals, but
pet monkeys?
Have you ever wanted a monkey as a pet?
No.
I mean, they kind of freak me out a little bit.
They scare me a little bit, because I do believe that they would like be standing over me while I'm sleeping one night and like gouge me to death.
Or just start strangling.
Like Planet of the Apes or something. Like they're gonna all of a sudden take over and just like kill me. So no, I would not want a pet monkey because of that. I'm good with my labs.
Hey, I wonder what the neighbor would think if I got some monkeys and they start showing up on his driveway.
Just the monkeys are climbing over his house.
Hey, you thought my dogs were bad over there, pal.
Yeah, wait till you see the monkeys. The monkeys are coming, you son of a bitch.
Climbing up the pine trees, hanging out with the squirrels. And,
I don't know how
big monkey turds are, but they're probably,
I would assume monkey turds are pretty large, I would imagine. he was great yesterday. I think it was, I can't remember which game it was. I want to say it was the game on Saturday. He ends up getting a double, and this is just Little League. God, it was such a Little League play. The catcher was so slow getting the ball back to the pitcher. Instead of firing it in, he would just like lob it up, and Robles saw that, and Robles stole third. It's just, I mean, it's such a heads-up play that I don't know how many other guys in baseball make. But he's a really smart, and he's got a lot of good instincts, and he's been.
How did that turn into a gold mine for the Mariners?
I don't know.
Because clearly the Nationals were like, okay, we're done, man. We tried with you, and it just hasn't worked. And then we know the history of the Mariner players too. When you get them from the National League and they come over here, or even if you get them from the American League,
they're usually
it
terrible.
Just seems like, and then, this guy's been a spark.
He's been unbelievable.
We've talked about it. There's no way that you can replace him in the lineup with JP at the top when he comes back. There is just absolutely no way. And if it hurts JP's feelings,
then it hurts his feelings.
You can trot out the stats and do comparable stats with him and go, well, look, man.
I know how valuable JP is, and again. Remember we discussed.
Is he that valuable? Honestly,
I think he is. I think he is valuable.
How so?
I think he brings team leadership. I think he brings a professional approach to the his at-bats.
Okay.
I think the team rallies around him. I think that he has the veteran leadership that's been handed down from others. He's not having a good season.
How about the tangible part?
He's not having a good season. I mean, he's not. I mean, but
I mean, have you missed JP Crawford?
Well, no.
Okay.
No.
All right.
But my point is he stays in the lineup. I'm not hitting him leadoff.
We've missed Julio. We've missed Brash. But have we missed JP? The answer is no.
I think he makes you still a better team despite his offensively not being as good as it was last year. I mean, I still think he gives you better at bats than anybody else that you're going to play at third or at shortstop.
Okay, but at number 9 in the order.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you want to make him 8, okay.
Yeah.
Don't make him 1.
No. I'm with you on that. Robles hits leadoff. Oh yeah. He's just a better weapon as a leadoff hitter than JP Crawford is. It's not even close.
They can't change that.
No, not at all.
Can't change that.
Well, it was good. They've got they got an off day today. Then they head out on the road. The Tigers. You brought it up last week. I think it'll be interesting when Scooble and Kirby go against each other, and maybe how do they react to Mitch Haniger? And Haniger said we should beat them. We're better than them. see how the Tigers react when they face them, and then they get the Pirates. After that, God, I want to go see a game in Pittsburgh, and that juicy pitching matchup on Friday. He's got Logan Gilbert and Paul Skeens going on Friday, which will be an Apple TV game. But I don't know. It was just a great advertisement for the city. Everything on Sunday night. It just was perfect. I mean, other than the uniforms, they shouldn't have worn those uniforms, but whatever.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
I mean, you just, if you're on the East Coast and you never think about anything to do with Mariner baseball, you kind of watch them last night and you go, okay, this might be a team that we have to look out for in the postseason. I think they
sent a message to the rest of baseball that, hey, if our offense gets going with our pitching staff, we'll beat anyone. And I'll have to say that I took a victory over the weekend, by the way, because my pitcher, who should start game 1 of the playoffs, was better than your pitcher.
By how much?
Well, he went 7 innings, and your guy went 6. He didn't allow an earned run, and your guy did. So, better.
Yeah. Well, I feel pretty confident with that one. Normally I don't. Like that Sam Howell bet I don't feel good about, but this one.
You feel good? Yeah, I think you should feel good.
Let me reiterate what I said before, maybe for the listener's benefit that I wasn't listening last week. I'm thinking what Scott Service is thinking, not what I'm thinking. Right. I can get on board with you thinking that Gilbert should start game 1. Yeah. But Service is going to go with Castillo.
You know what? I think that when you lay it out like that, I'm very nervous about this bet.
You should be.
And we're gonna kill Service if he chooses Castillo over Gilbert. Come on.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We got $50 on this Tigers series too. I don't know if you wrote that one down.
Oh, do we?
Detroit.
Oh, yeah, I did. Hold on, let me write it down again. 50 on the Tigers series. Okay.
Yeah, I took Detroit to win 2 out of 3 based on Haniger, trashing him a little bit.
Okay, then we have the Howell. This is a perfect segue into Sam Howell. Did you watch the preseason game?
I did. He was terrific.
He was good. It was real good. It was good.
He wasn't terrific,
He was
but he was good. Yeah. He didn't throw an interception.
Did throw an interception.
He led the team downfield. He looked good. Yeah, he scrambled a bit.
He's more
good scramble.
He's more athletic than I remember.
Yeah. No, I know everything about Sam Howell.
Yeah.
Apparently you don't know much about him, but he's fantastic. I'm basing everything on Sam Howell, what I saw against Seattle last year.
Okay.
And I thought he was good.
So for people who don't know, we have a bet. We have a bet on Sam Howell. Jim thinks, is it 100? How much did we bet? Did we bet 500?
250.
We bet 500.
250. No, we didn't. We bet 250. Remember, I was joking that I was $2.50.
I've got to write these down.
What, you don't remember anything?
I don't really.
Are you okay?
No, I don't think so.
Are you just too busy or just
I
scattered?
forget things, and I always forget. We make so many bets, and I take so much money off you. I forget how much money I've taken off you.
Do you feel bad doing that since I'm on a fixed income now?
No, I actually don't. I really don't. I actually enjoy it more taking money off someone than on a fixed income. So
you want to know what the greatest feeling in the world is when my $823 shows up on my credit card from the unemployment agency. That's just,
and then you take $750 of that.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
$750 of that goes right into the offshore betting account.
No, I haven't bet for about 3 weeks now. I miss it. I gotta reload that thing.
Yeah, reload it. Yeah, I thought he looked good. He was more athletic than I thought. He looks exactly like Baker Mayfield out there. I mean, with the visor and the number and all that. But he operated the offense fine, and he almost got a nice touchdown pass to Bobo. I mean, he was doubled, but it was a nice arm, and I don't know. He looked better. I mean, I haven't seen practice, but everyone that has watched practice says he hasn't looked good. But I don't know. He looked good in the game, and I think it was McDonald or someone, maybe it was Grubb afterwards, saying he might be one of these guys that in practice, it's because it's practice, doesn't look all that great because he needs the juice of the game, and then he gets in the game and looks great. So all right, I'm good with that.
He's a gamer.
He's a gamer. All right.
I mean, he's like Iverson about practice, you know? I mean, he doesn't care about practice. He's like, when the lights are the brightest, that's when he shines. Sam Howell.
The kickoff thing, stupid. Now that I saw it finally in real time, dumb. It's just stupid.
God, I should have sent it to you. I wrote a column about it last week.
Yeah.
And it was for the Kitsap Sun, but the editor must be on vacation or something. I sent it to him. I just laid out all the reasons why it's Mickey Mouse before I even saw it. It just looks
stupid.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
okay, here's the thing about that, Puck, since you brought it up. And, so the people that are for it in the NFL office are saying it's for safety reasons. And then we're also trying to bring back better returns and all those things. Okay, fine. Football is a violent sport, and people are going to get hurt playing football. And I suppose they have stats that'll show why, on kickoffs that you have a better chance of getting severely hurt than you do on a regular play.
I hate it.
People who sign up to play football understand the risks that they're taking.
Right.
And we watch football liking the violent part of football, and they're getting more and more away from that.
If they wanted more returns, here's a simple solution. Move the kickoff back. Move it back.
Oh yeah,
just move it back, and then you're going to get more. And then you'll get more returns.
From the 25 or the 20,
and then you'll get more returns. That's it.
And now they want a kicker to hit it between the goal line and the 20. So it's like instead of using your driver, hey Jason Myers, we don't want you using your driver anymore. We want you, hitting your 3-wood or your 5-wood.
It is. I hope
your hybrid or whatever.
I hope it's one and done. I just hate it. It looks so dumb. Where he kicks it and then no one moves.
Oh,
and then he
ridiculous.
catches it. It just leave that for the XFL or the USFL. Let them have it.
It's so Mickey Mouse. It is it's terrible. I'm with you on that.
And then the Chargers PA guy. Someone needs to find that guy, that in-stadium voice. Duct tape him. Bound his legs and arms and dump him in the ocean. Get rid of that guy. God almighty. You couldn't watch.
I missed that. I watched the NFL Network.
So did I. You didn't hear that guy nonstop?
No.
Yelling over.
What is he like? Is he prodding the fans to cheer and
Yes.
stuff?
Come on, it's third down. Get up on your feet. Let's dung. Oh.
Okay, you could
All
see that
game.
maybe in a smaller NFL city, but L.A.?
It was terrible. I can't believe you didn't hear that. Did you have the volume down low or something?
I don't know. I was doing other things when I had it on.
was terrible. Terrible.
Well, I was wondering how the local broadcasts go.
I don't
Any
know.
idea?
Because here's the thing. I just realized that we have Fubo, that we don't have Kong. So when I taped the game, it was the NFL Network game. So I didn't get the
I was
Kate
just
Scott.
curious how it went with Michael Bennett and Michael Robinson and your former partner.
Yeah, Cliff.
He was
Yeah,
on it
Cliff's
too.
doing it too. Yeah,
And Kate Scott.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was great. I'm sure it was fantastic. But I don't know.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, but
Well, okay.
I mean, what makes you sure it was great?
I've heard Kate before. She's good, and Bennett's
Okay.
funny, and Cliff. I worked with Cliff. Cliff's good. He knows what he's doing. Michael
You think
Robinson.
Bennett's funny?
I do. I enjoy him.
Okay.
I enjoy
You
him.
think he's the kind of guy though that goes out of his way to try to be funny? Like I don't think guys are funny when they go out of their way
I don't
to
think
try
he
to be funny.
tries too hard. I don't know. He seems okay to me.
Yeah. I also don't like him. Because he almost hit me once.
Oh, that's
so.
right. Yeah. Well, you egged him on. I thought it was awesome. Guys were flying around. They looked aggressive. They looked fast. It was a good debut for McDonald. I mean, I don't know. It was a good debut for the team. I thought the offense, even, we probably got a little minuscule look at the offense. I mean, I liked how not one play looked the same. Not one formation looked the same. Moving guys around. I thought Kenny McIntosh looked good. It was just an all-around good debut for Mike McDonald.
Yeah, and they covered the spread like I told you they would.
Yeah.
What, the Chargers were favored by 2.5, or were the Seahawks favored by 2.5?
Seahawks were.
I forget that.
Seahawks were.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, they won by 13. They covered it easily.
Oh.
But no, you're right. I thought they looked efficient. They looked great defensively. I mean, hold them. The only points they got was on a 58-yard field goal.
Yeah.
So no, it was a honestly for a preseason game. That's all you could expect. I mean, your backup quarterback looked good, like we talked about. Defense looked terrific. Holani, I mean, what do you do there? I mean, I know they're going to probably keep McIntosh as the third back, but
I thought
Holani made a case for himself.
Yeah, I've heard that all camp, and so, but not having watched it, I've heard how good he was, but he wasn't better than McIntosh on Saturday. Kenny McIntosh was way better.
But don't you think he made a case for himself, though?
He had the one play, one run, the one touchdown run. I mean, McIntosh overall, I thought McIntosh overall was better, but I mean, yeah, I think it's a competition for sure.
Yeah. No, so good start. And then this next game, this week's going to be interesting in Tennessee with these joint practices.
Oh, man, there's going to be so many fights. I can't wait to see a fight between Jamal Adams and DK Metcalf. Calling it now. DK and Jamal Adams are going to go at it. Guaranteed.
Who would you take in that one? If you put him in the ring.
It's not even close. DK Metcalf would kill him.
You think DK would have the reach on him a little bit?
Oh, my God. He would just grab his shirt and then with his reach and just pound him into the ground. I'd take DK over anyone almost in this league. Almost anyone.
Yeah. So you think Jamal's going to get chippy this week?
I do. I think Jamal's going to get real talkative, real chippy. I think Diggs is too. And I think there's going to be multiple times you're separating Jamal Adams away from players.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope you're right on that.
I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun to see. Yeah. I thought it was great to see Byron Murphy made one particular play. I know he missed the sack, but there was a play in the game where he was double teamed and he literally took both guys and pushed them both back into the quarterback, and his helmet got ripped off. I don't know if anybody remembers that play. And I thought, oh my God, like they may have just something real special here. Like he was a beast on that play.
Yeah, no, especially if you got a guy like him that commands a double team, and it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. I mean, it helps the other guys, helps free them up. I think, Puck.
Wait a minute.
Hey, you got Brian Nemhauser out there, Rob Staten. Brian Nemhauser, Hawk blogger. You got Rob Staten across the.
Why do we need those guys when we have you?
I know. Why don't you give me a half hour every week, and I'll break down Seahawks football like no other.
I will. I'm going to give you.
Yeah.
Pullman was great this past week, and we did the show on Friday from the Monarch Motel in Moscow, Idaho. And again, Moscow, Idaho. What a fantastic city. What a fantastic town. Why is it better than Pullman? I don't know, but it is. We were there. I watched the first scrimmage. I sat down there. The whole idea of going over there was to meet with Jake Dickert, because we've got something planned with Jake Dickert and his football staff. And so we just kind of we hammered out the details. We shook hands. We looked in each other's eyes, and we said, "Go Cougs." But we're happy to announce that Jake Dickert will be joining Puck Sports throughout the college football season, throughout the Cougar season. He'll make multiple appearances, 5 different appearances, one before this season, one before leading up to the Apple Cup, which is so weird in September, 2 appearances during the buys, and then, of course, one after the season. And then in those and these are just not like 10-minute segments, which you're going to get on radio. These will be 30-plus minutes that he'll sit down 5 times during the football season. And then on those weeks that he doesn't do the show, you're going to hear from Ben Arbuckle, the offensive coordinator. You'll hear from Schmedding, the defensive coordinator, and also probably some players, excuse me, sprinkled in. So I would assume like the quarterback, whoever the starter is going to be, maybe some players there on defense. But really just want to thank Bill Stevens, who's the SID at Washington State, and then Jake himself. Jake didn't have to do it. But for him to commit to 5 different appearances throughout the football season at that length, by the way, when I originally said to him, well, we can just do like 15 minutes, he's like, no, we can do 30. We can do 30 or more. It's up to you. What a great guy. We sat in his office, met with him for about 45 minutes. He was terrific, and I don't know how long he stays there, but we are in good hands with that guy as the head coach because he just gets it. Just a good guy, good football coach, but good guy.
Yeah, Puck, I'm so happy for you to hear that.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Because I knew you were working on it, and it just I'm with you on Dickert. I mean, just a class act, and then the players feel the same way, or else we would have had all kinds of kids leaving, and he retained most of them. And I can't wait for the season to start, and for you to have the head coach of Cougar football on your podcast is just it's awesome.
And I don't know. I think we'll probably play it on Wednesdays. We'll see the exact time that we'll play it, and we'll record it because he's going to be busy and all that. But yeah, it's going to be sensational. We got 2 sponsors. One sponsor I can name that's going to be a part of it. It's also going to be part of our Cougar Chat podcast or a roundtable that you, me, and Sorensen will do. The other one I got to wait on. But big shout out to Luke, who runs the Cougar Collective, the NIL. The Cougar Collective has been just great supporters. Obviously, we've been working with them for a while to do something with the football team, with Jake Dickert himself. And the fact that they relaxed all those rules with the NIL, remember before, the coaches couldn't talk about it. They couldn't have any association with it at all, but they changed all those rules. So met Luke months ago at the Cougs' first event, along with Jack Thompson, and Luke was great. And I said, hey, let's do something together. We came up with this idea, and then obviously the school and Dickert agreed to it, and so it'll be great. So the Cougar Collective, the NIL there for the Cougs, will be one of the sponsors for the Dickert show and also the coaches show. We'll just call it Cougs Corner because we'll have Dickert on 5 times during the season, other coaches, other players as well. Once a week, and so it'll be fun. I can't wait. I think it's gonna be a crazy year. I think it's a great time to have the head football coach of this team on in a year is so much uncertainty and so much, right, Jim, is up in the air of where are they going to be in a year from now, navigating this crazy college football season. He's had to navigate so many crazy seasons since taking over as head coach, and now just add another one to the list. And I think he's got himself a good football team. I'm going to tell you right now. If you can buy stock in one player, and I've heard about this guy before, I've read about him, and I've heard other people talk about how good he is. And we went to the game. I say we because I dragged the 15-year-old teenager with me over there, and so we got a chance to go sit in the stadium and watch their first scrimmage on Saturday. Number 21, Wayshawn Parker. He's a freshman running back. Buy stock in him right now, big time stock. Yeah, beast, absolute beast. 6 feet, 200 pounds, shifty, physical. I know Dylan Payne sounds like he's gonna be the starter, but I don't know how they they're not going to be able to keep this kid off the field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look forward to that. I mean, I saw your takeaways there. I thought you were just kidding about how you were going to have takeaways from the scrimmage, but you actually had some.
Well, I had a few. I didn't have 150.
No, I know. That was a little disappointing.
I know.
The ones you had were good.
Matier was a little bit better, not significantly better than old Zevi Eckhouse, but he was better. He was better. I'm not just
Dickert
saying that.
Did he, when that 45-minute visit, did he say anything about the quarterback competition to you?
He's going to announce it after the second scrimmage. Their second scrimmage is coming up on this Saturday. Then I'll announce it after that. I'll be honest with you, I'll be shocked if it's not Matier.
Yeah.
He just looked better. He looked better in the first scrimmage. He can throw the ball downfield. The other guy is accurate, but any throw over 20 yards, he can't make.
Okay.
So
I'm riding with your guy, man. You've always been on Matier's bandwagon, so I'm with you.
And there's this other guy, and I'm going to try to pronounce his name. And anybody that knows him, because he's an Eastside Catholic kid, I'm going to apologize. But there's this freshman wide receiver, number 80. His name is Brandon Ganache Murthy. I'm not even close to this.
Okay, well, you met with Bill Stevens.
Ganache Murthy.
Yeah, you met with Bill Stevens and Dickert this weekend. You could have said, "Hey, how do you pronounce this kid's name?"
I met him before the scrimmage. I watched the guy in the scrimmage. I didn't see him afterwards. Ganache Murthy. This kid can fly, so he might be another guy to watch. Number 80.
What do you think right now, just offhand, off being there this weekend and seeing what you saw and looking at the schedule?
8 wins. 9 wins. 9 wins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Enough for what? To be relevant?
Yeah. For to be considered relevant to the Big 12
9-3
or somebody else?
Sure. I mean, depending, I think they've in those 9 wins, they got to beat Washington, have to beat Texas Tech. Yeah.
And we got to beat the Beavers too.
Beat the Beavs? Oh yeah, we'll take down the Beavs.
Yeah. God, every time I see a Beaver fan coming through to go to the concert, and I'm through the metal detectors, I'm just like, go Beavs,
yeah.
Pac-2.
I agree
go
with you.
Beavs, baby. I'm a Coug. Go Beavs.
I told you this, that we went there, and Thursday we stayed in the Monarch Motel, and it was like $160, which was fine. Okay, fine. And then the next night, because everyone was moving in, it was orientation or move-in day for Washington State and Idaho. And the hotel rooms all jumped up Friday night to like $450. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
But it's what they do because that's the only time they can make money and all that. And so we were like, I don't know what we're going to do. We can't get a room. There was very few rooms left. And I'm like, I'm not spending $450. Like we looked at staying in Lewiston, which is like $120. But then I'm like, I really don't want to drive 20 miles to go to Lewiston. But if we have to, we have to. We weren't going to leave on Friday because I wanted to watch the scrimmage. So remember we told that story on Friday. Our good buddy, Paul Sorensen, who will join us throughout the football season on the Cougar Roundtable, he listened to the podcast. He actually listens. He texts me and goes, hey, you need to text my friends Rick and Kim Wood. I'm like, okay. He goes, they own a bed and breakfast in Pullman called the Crimson House. Text them and see if they've got any openings. He's like, I stayed there a couple weeks ago. You'll love it. So I text, he gives me the numbers. I text Rick and Kim Wood, and boom, she gets right back to me. Yeah, give me a call. I'll see what I can do. They have a bed and breakfast there. They have a house up on Sunnyside Hill. You know where that's at.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, well, we're not there. We're not there this weekend. We left, and no one's staying there. So you can stay in the house. Now, not the full house. They rent out what they call the lair. Mm-hmm. At the Crimson House Bed and Breakfast. So we stayed there at the lair in the Crimson House Bed and Breakfast. Unbelievable. Jim, you'd love this thing. It's unreal. It's all decked out in Cougar paraphernalia, colors, photos, pictures everywhere, old helmets.
Did you take pictures?
Yeah, I shot video of the whole thing for them because they want to promote it for people to stay there. On football weekends, homecoming, all that kind of stuff. But they want it to be like word of mouth, like friends to friends, and build like this Cougar network. So I said, yeah, I'll shoot some video for you. So we shot some video, and I've posted it up at pucksports.com under the blog page. You can see it there. It can sleep like 8 people. You sit on top of the hill, spectacular views back into Pullman. 2 bedrooms. One's a huge queen bed. I actually think it's king. And then a smaller bed in one of the rooms. The other bedroom's got a queen bed, and then this big living room that they have. has like this pull-out king-size pull-out couch, which is great. So you can sleep like 8 people there. It's got a little mini kitchen, huge TV, board games everywhere, continental breakfast. I mean, it was unbelievable. Best place that you can stay in.
And then Cougs looking out for Cougs, man.
Cougs looking out for Cougs.
That's an example.
Yeah, exactly right. They just want to rent to Cougs or, Vandals that are coming over there maybe to watch Idaho. But it's like it's a 5-minute drive up to campus. You got a barbecue outside. You got a fire pit outside. All the utensils, just everything that is like the comfort of home is perfect.
What are they charging for it? Do you know?
$325 a night.
Okay.
I'm telling you,
right.
You will never, if you can stay there. That's exactly where you're going to stay. It's better than paying a hotel room over there on football weekends is $450, and it's a hotel room.
Did they comp you?
Huh? No, come on, comp you. It's
if I'm a listener, I was just wondering.
As part of staying there, they said, can you please promote it on your show? And I said, yeah, I'll promote on the show. I'll give you a nice commercial for it. It was unreal. I'm staying there.
Well, I'm going to stay there for a place. Yeah, I'm looking for a place for Parents Weekend. I need to find a place over there for Parents Weekend. That's coming up, I think, the 21st.
CrimsonHouse.com. CrimsonHouse.com. Do it today. All right? CrimsonHouse.com. Go do it. I shot, again, a video of it. It's going to be up at pucksports.com. You'll like this, too. The 2 bedrooms are named after the dorms. So one bedroom is named Stimson. The other bedroom is named Waller.
Awesome.
I thought you would enjoy that. But again, Kim and Rick Wood, great Cougs, beautiful home up on Sunnyside. You can walk in, you can walk to campus. I mean, it's a far walk, but it's simple little drive. Way better than staying in a hotel and paying $500 a night. And if you book it right now at crimsonhouse.com. So I told her she was so nice, and so was Rick to us. Big shout out to Sorensen for the connection, but I said I would promote it for him, and just beautiful. Just a way better place to stay than stay in a hotel. I'll tell you that. Way better.
Yeah, that's great.
And owned by
I'm going to check it out after we're done here.
Yeah, crimsonhouse.com, bed and breakfast. They're nice. I said, hey, do you hang out with the people and they stay there? Go, yeah, if we judge them, and if they want to stay up late and drink, we'll drink with them. I said, man. I started tearing up. I got emotional. All right, let's wrap it up with this. Hey, what the puck? We wrap up every daily puck drop with Hey, what the puck? Sports stories, non-sports stories, what have you. It's all brought to you by Restoration One of North Seattle. Your restoration company lets you avoid the stress of water, fire, mold damage with their property restoration services. Locally owned and operated. Make them your first call when damages affect your residential or commercial property. 206-817-8917 or visit them online at restoration1.com, the North Seattle franchise. All right, you brought it up earlier at the beginning of the show. Matt Kuchar, just a putz. An absolute putz. So this is the situation with Matt Kuchar yesterday. Windham Championship. He's not in contention. He's playing, though, with at one point was one of the leaders before that guy just absolutely crapped the bed. His name is Max Greiersman, which he's got another fantastic kind of story to his round. But Kuchar, it's late. The sun has set. It's dark. He's on the 18th hole. They've got one hole to play. The leader, Aaron Rye, is the group in front of him. They are in the middle of the fairway. And Matt Kuchar pulls out his driver and hits into Aaron Rye. While Rye is in his pre-shot routine, by the way. Okay?
I wasn't aware of that part.
Pre-shot routine. He then gets up to his ball and is so mad that the PGA Tour has made them finish out this, or it hasn't made him do anything, but it has not called it yet. He's so mad that he marks his ball, says, I'm done. I'm not going to play. I'll come back tomorrow, which they said, it's up to you whether or not you want to finish. He walks off the fairway, leaving his playing partners to finish out the hole by themselves. He then is the only player that comes back today on Monday to finish his round, which then makes they couldn't break the stuff down. The PGA officials had to stay there. The volunteers had to stay there. Everybody associated with the tournament had to stay there for this jackass to come back and play. He teed off at 8 o'clock this morning Eastern and hit his second shot. By the way, right when he got there, He asked for relief. His first thing was relief because his line of sight, he claims, was obstructed by the scoreboard. And the PGA Tour officials, I think, were so fed up with him, just said, fine, we'll give you relief. And they gave him relief. He hit that second shot in the par 5 at 8 o'clock Eastern. He finished at 8:06. He made all these people come back for 6 minutes to prove a point that he was upset that the PGA Tour made them play in the dark. What an idiot. It's just a jackass.
Well, especially when he wasn't in contention. I saw that he led at one point, though.
Yeah, but he finished 12th.
If he's not in contention, he's not in position to make the FedEx Cup playoffs. So it didn't have anything. If he had something tangible like that on the line, then you'd be like, okay, I kind of get it.
I think the one thing he has, let me interrupt. I think the one thing he has is he can finish top 125 and retain his card, I think. I think that was the one thing that was on the line.
So if he'd gotten a birdie, then maybe would he have been top 125?
Yeah,
but still, all the other players dealt with it. They have weather issues there. It washed out the first round on Thursday. So if I'm not mistaken, they had to play 36 yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, he's just.
And so, I mean, for officials, I'm thinking if I'm an official, like, hey, man, we're doing everything we can to get this tournament in and have a full 72 holes, and you're being a dick about it.
That's him, though. He's always been this way. He comes across as this like great guy, nice guy, but anyone that you talk to on the tour or who covers the tour would tell you he's just not that way. That's a facade. Remember when he went to Mayakoba in Mexico?
Yeah, he didn't tip his caddy.
And he didn't tip the caddy, the local caddy, because he didn't have his caddy, and he wins, and he didn't tip the guy.
Yeah.
Or he barely tipped him. Like he didn't give him a lot. And the guy
didn't give him the 10% or whatever he had coming.
And his reason, well, he's not my caddy. But the guy filled in and you won. And that the money you would give him would be like kind of life-changing for this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
No, that was a loser move for sure.
Absolute loser.
Can you imagine? I can't imagine doing that to all these different people you're affecting, and I didn't even think about it, but you're right. As soon as the tournament's over, they're tearing all that stuff down. They're late Sunday night into Monday morning getting all that
to get ready for the next tournament. And the people that work on the tour. So they got to pack up their stuff and get a head start on the next one. And he made them all wait. So
or to even let the members play the next day. I don't know if it's public or private, but the members probably want to get back out on their course.
He's just one of the more jackass things anyone's ever seen. And then his Grayer's men, the look on his face when he hit into Aaron Rye, and then he claims that he didn't know Rye was there. And my point with Kucher, if he didn't want to finish, he didn't have to just don't finish. But then he hits into the leader. Aaron Rye is leading the tournament, and he hits into him. It's just, what an idiot.
Don't you think he should be fined?
Yeah, it's fine, suspend. I wish they could do something. Yeah, fine or suspension or something. Yeah, it would be great. All right. That's it for Hey What the Puck, which is brought to you by Restoration One. Again, your restoration company that lets you avoid the stress of water, fire, mold damage with their property restoration services. Make them your first call when damages affect your residential or commercial property. 206-817-8917. Last thing for you, you can check. I don't know if you get Q13. Do you get Fox 13 down in Bend?
God, I'm not sure. You should see me trying to use all this streaming shit, man.
This pretty face.
I miss Comcast.
I know you do. This pretty face will be on the Washington Sports Wrap tonight. Their local sports TV show they do nightly at 7:30 with Alyssa Charleston. Tonight, I don't know. They ran out of people to put on. And they said, could you desperately help us out? And I said, yes. But they ran out of people. They had experts, and then they decided to go with me, which this will be a train wreck tonight. But if you'd like to see me on TV, I'll be on TV tonight, Fox 13 at 7:30.
Okay. Do they have a wide-angle camera there at Channel 13? Are they? Hey, who do you think, before we go, and we're almost an hour.
I know. This is too long.
When I work the concert deal, they pay me $20 an hour.
I know. We should go.
So, I want $20 from you.
Stop talking.
$20. Okay. Who do you think is giving who the worst time? Like you about my age or me about your weight over the years?
You're harder.
No, it's a pick-em.
No,
it's a pick-em.
You're an asshole.
No,
you always have been.
No, you always give me shit about being old. I give you shit about being fat. It's a pick-em. I'll make a poll question out of it. How about that?
Do it, please. All right, your daily puck drop. It's in the books for a Monday. It drops every day at 10 a.m. All guests coming out at 1 o'clock. It's a Monday. We'll talk to Jim Duquette from MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM, and also Bill Kruger from Root Sports coming out at 1 o'clock. Please like, subscribe, comment away on all the different platforms, YouTube, Apple, Spotify. And, of course, you can find all this content here at pucksports.com. Jimmy, we'll talk to you on Wednesday, my friend.
Okay, Puck. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs. All right, that's another edition of the Daily Puck Drop in the books. We'll talk to you later today. As always, we promise to be better.
No shirt, no shoes, no ties.
Would anybody like to smoke some pot?
Yeah.
I was born to love you. I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you. But you were born to rub me first.
What do you need my address for?
We'd like to send out a mailer.
Mother of mercy, I don't speak Japanese!